from garrisons, but you know, we also want to leave decent forces, otherwise the castles will just fall like a house of cards. I typically like leaving 150 to 200 in garrisons. These have a lot more because we've been stockpiling troops here for precisely this strategic move, to make a big invasion, to smash into the Sturgians, or to invade Aserai territory like we're planning on now. So I'm actually going to go way above the normal maximum here. We've talked about it before. You get deserters. We do have some mediocre troops at the bottom of our roster. What forces exactly are sieging here at Pen Cnut? We'll deal with them. They might even take a few more troops from Pen Cnut, load up every single companion army we have, and then see what things look like. Now we've got these other armies in the field to the south of us heading towards Galend. Hopefully they can take care of business there, but we may call them to us to make our grand Aserai invasion. We're going to make a huge Napoleon-style invasion on the Aserai. It looks like the Sturgians have beat us to the punch here. The Sturgians are like, oh yeah, you're going to launch a grand invasion? I don't care. Whoever. Legetta is probably going to get retaken. We left a tiny garrison there. And we've got a situation developing here. We are banged up from back-to-back battles. Let's just start an episode right here, friends. This guy, where are you going? This guy's heading... There's 3 different armies there. We've got these armies to the south. We're probably going to have to call them to us. Welcome back again, friends, to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. Our YouTube channel is dedicated to all things Bannerlord related. Welcome to our Epic Vlandian campaign. I hope it's met the high standard that we have set on the channel for epic campaigns and gnarly battles. And it looks like this episode is going to have a couple. There is a large force of Sturgians, Norse, heading our way. Ragnar Lothbrok, no other than the legendary history TV celebrity. The guy that they cast for the series was great, and we've made him a demigod for this campaign. So we have a very strong army, but we're banged up. We just fought an Aserai force. We just sieged Legetta. And King Cnut and a bunch of other Norse are sieging Pen Cnut here. It's about to fall. We have armies to the south of us, and this is definitely a situation. We talked about it last episode, how it's nice to have other armies in the field, right? If you can handle a situation, it's nice to have 2 or 3 armies in the field because you can't be everywhere at once. This is different. We want all of our troops, just like the Napoleonic Corps system. You spread out troops over a wide area. Of course, they did that mostly for forage. Here, we're calling every single unit, just like Napoleon would do. We are concentrating forces because battle looms large in today's episode. We'll just say this is a new episode here. Don't know how much of that. Anyways, we've got Ragnar Lothbrok coming into siege right in front of us, and he represents a target, right? Because he's separate from the other 3 Sturgian forces. There are 4 Sturgian armies, all within a very small postage stamp portion of the map. Now, here's the advantage. Those units sieging will not join as reinforcements if we attack Ragnar Lothbrok because they are occupied. And just a conveyor belt of enemies. It seems like we fight a major battle every day. Every other day on the campaign. You can see we have 830 injured. Even though we're winning these battles and smashing our foes, there's another army that's here. So 2,000, 3,000, 3,500. Let's see what this looks like. We're not going to be able to make it. Some guys would say sneak into the city. Remember, we're not doing that with an army over 1,000. That's the rule we set. If we have an army under 1,000, I'll sneak into a city. And it's all of the biggest heavy hitters here. Glaron Heavy Hand, King Cnut. A whole bunch of Norse characters. Zuvan's wife, the mass murderer Gisilchild is there. If you don't know anything about her, she's a mass murderer, right? She's confirmed mass murderer. There are wanted posters all over our kingdom. Gisilchild, wanted dead. 1,500. We'll be 1,500. The garrison might sally out. I think this is worth a shot. They have a strong army, but it's not invincible. We've got these forces coming up. I just called all these armies to us. They're likely to join us as a reinforcement system, right? So The hell is this guy? Jakulan's rebels? There's all kinds of carnage going on in this campaign, and that's what we love about it, right? This city just fell. King Cnut just fell, but as long as they don't come out, I don't think they can join here in reinforcements. So I'm kind of in a hurry here. We want to make this attack with all of our companions looking pretty good here before they get help. Now, it says it's 50-50, but you just can't take any of these, especially these Norse battles, for granted. And let me show you why. Ragnar Lothbrok. Look at this fucking stats this guy has, right? We use the, we have a little mod that can totally mass edit Nemesis characters. And there you go, right? Not only does he have all kinds of medicine and steward skill, 5-something two-handed. You don't want to take an axe from Ragnar Lothbrok. An axe swing from him pretty much drops you. Now, Hal got level 36 at the Siege of Legetta. Don't really know where to use it yet, right? So it's one of those situations we'll just leave it for later. The 3 main categories I'm concerned about are all full. Now, I anticipate this being an easy battle, but reinforcements, and it's pouring rain. There's thunder crackling. So the game's RNG elements are playing up to our Epic Vlandian campaign standards here. Maybe we'll get a ton of reinforcements on both sides. I don't think the Khazate are at war with the Sturgians anymore. The Sturgians and Norse keep oscillating between peace. I'm not sure what the Khazate, who they're actually fighting. For a while they were fighting, of course, the Asurai and the Sturgians. And of late it seems like they have peace with everybody, which is a little disconcerting, right? Because they just keep expanding and then consolidating their gains. And man, do we have a powerful army. Despite the injuries, we have a lot of high-end troops. We might have 800 tier 5 and above units. We've got decked out companions, and we've been talking about it, right? King Hal is in the late game mode here, right? He's got his late game tracksuit on, and we are starting to run laps around the enemy. This is a different battle, though, right? That battle a couple episodes ago where we just steamrolled twice our number of Asurai forces. These Norse armies are very different. Hopefully, we can fight them in you know, you guys know what I mean. Well, hopefully, we can fight them in moments like this where we have, at least theoretically, an advantage. I want to try to get to this bridge. Looks like we should be able to. They have lots of infantry. You know what that means, right? That means there's going to be lots of Varangians in there. And we've got skirmishers. We've got archers. We've got crossbow. We've got horse archers. We eat infantry armies for breakfast with this fucking army. We do have our own infantry. I'll probably put the 1st Division down there in a square at some point, maybe the 6th. We've got a good amount of heavy cavalry. We just have a lot of everything. And part of the reason is we're not hugely outnumbered here, right? A lot of the campaign, we've been hugely outnumbered. Anytime you have a battle where you're hugely outnumbered, you obviously get a lot less troops than you normally get, right? In a normal battle, if you're outnumbered 3 to 1, that's what you get on the battlefield, right? They get 750 or whatever, and you get 250. Smack these lords around here. I should try to dismount them. They'll be a lot less dangerous without a horse. Of course, I don't want to get shot. We may have another battle right after this, right? There's another, well, there's 3 other large forces of Norse Sturgians that we have to deal with. So we've got them where we want them, though. Their infantry streaming across the bridge, advantage us. Even if they didn't, we would be able to circle around because we have horse archers and we have the speed advantage. We have more cavalry. In a battle like this, that allows you to dictate basically where and when the battle happens. And we're going to have it happen right here at the bridge. Hopefully we can just lay the Norse into a big... they can burn themselves. We'll set them on fire later on, but the key, though, is that they're going to be the dead ones. Now, it's just the entire bridge is full of Varangians, so we still have our hands full here. And a lot of these Norse units have artificially enhanced medicine skills. So some of their units have, 250, 300 hit points. So as if the Varangians weren't bad enough. But look at that. We have like 80 Fian champs in our 5th Corps. This is maybe the strongest army that Hal has had at this stage. And that's with 400 or 500 troops injured, too. We have our own little Varangian division there. There's probably 30 or 40 Varangians in our 1st Division. I see a few in our 6th. Of course, we've been trying not to use them, but our minor clans are recruiting them. We can't stop them. Looks good there. The 6th Corps, this skirmisher division, look at this shit, right? We're just going to be able to bring the skirmishers right up behind this distracted enemy, attacking the square, get them a little bit closer and fire, right? Have these guys just unload bolts right into the back of the enemy. Now our square is going to die for sure. That is a sacrifice I am willing to make, right? This is a pawn sacrifice. We killed their bishop or their queen. They can take our pawn. Horse archers shooting at point blank range. We've got the 3rd division we can move in as well. We'll probably charge at them soon. It's going to take a lot of firepower to destroy all these Norse. We're going to have to charge here. We're going to have a huge brawl here. They're really doing the smartest thing they could do. They're turning their in every direction and holding their shields up. It's actually really good AI. That's about as smart a thing as they could have done under the circumstances. I mean to get off my horse. We're gaining levels. Berwyn doesn't gain levels very much. Sorry, brother, I can't remember the guy actually who asked for that character. He doesn't gain very much levels because he's usually part of our defensive cavalry. I realize that. You're the MVP of a lot of battles where you don't get any kills. And speaking of the MVP, right, let's bring this legendary glaive into action. Zeus. Anytime you're standing next to Zeus, you're in good shape. I would imagine we've got 3 or 4 companions up here wailing. It's going to be bloody, right? You companions, hold on to your hats here, these kind of battles. There's a fuck ton of troops here. In fact, this cavalry's in the way. Get the fuck out of here. Cavalry at a bridge are a liability, right? You want to use them to attack the flanks, attack behind the enemy. They have a huge amount of archers. Looks like they have a lot of fiend champs of their own peppering us from across the bridge. But right now, we have a great position. Look at these. These fiend champs could not do more damage. They're 20 feet, 30 feet, 10 meters, straight to the flank of all these forces, just shooting them full of arrows. Just try to plug up this fucking horse leak here. King Hal's got his elite armor going, and we're starting to feel our oats here for sure, right? King Hal's he doesn't have a mistress. He has 11 mistresses, right? This guy, the chicks dig him. The chicks dig home runs and victorious commanders, right? Napoleon was a sallow, sort of pathetic 5'3" dude, and he got laid like crazy because, of course, he was fucking uber. Look at this fucking guy. This guy, there's 9 guys attacking him. Kill him. Napoleon was, he was a beast on the battlefield. He's super brave. And, yeah, you get the idea. King Hal's short like Napoleon, but he's still got some mistresses going on. See if we can't get like a fine Polish mistress or something like that. All right, let's back these guys up again. The cavalry here really is a problem. At some point or other, we're going to have to move away from the bridge because their archers are really peppering us. I'm feeling the fucking heat from their archers over there. This division is slowly melting. There's a lord right there. Kill her. She got shot to pieces. I see Ragnar racking up kills, right? These guys that have 5, 6, 7, 800 hit points are out there fucking people up. And these battles really are probably pretty similar to what we're going to face with the Norse, with the DLC. Of course, we're a month away from having this gnarly DLC. Now, the Norse supposedly are going to have no cavalry. I don't think that'll be the case. I think when you fight the Norse, they'll have 90% non-cavalry. I think they'll pick up some mercenaries. They'll have some prisoners. Just like this campaign, right? Even though the Norse tend to be 80%, 90% infantry, they still have some cavalry. And I think that's good, right? If you have no cavalry, you just get abused. Oh, shit. This looks like Ragnar right there. Is that him? Oh, that's Sven Forkbeard. Historically, if you don't know who that is, he's King Cnut's father. I think that's the line of succession there. And look at, he just won't die. Die! These guys are indestructible, and you don't want them turning their wrath on you, right? This is gnarly. I gotta fucking back out of here. There's multiple named lords in here. There's a Varangian trying to kill me with his axe. Have one in the face, motherfucker. I bet that hurt. Look at, he's still just... Oh, that's not even him. That's Pazzo or whoever. Look at these lords who just... Kill him! It's just fucking... Armageddon. We're taking it to them, though, here, right? We're definitely ganging up on these tough Norse. They're still fucking flesh, right? I can hear the agent's quote in the second Matrix, "Only human." Right? These guys are still human. All right, we've got Jav Cav on the side here. We got to continue to kite back. Of course, you don't have the power bar. You guys have lost it, right? Battles like this, you're just not going to see it. I enjoy keeping you guys in suspense. And, of course, I don't look at it very much. Now, I did just look at it a second ago, but for big battles like this, I don't look much, right? Because there's a lot of shit going on. I'm kind of busy here. And there's not many breaks in these monster epic battles. It's just non-stop fighting. The enemy's just feeding troops our way to a conveyor belt. Kill these guys. They have so many fucking high-end troops. And our archers really don't have a good angle at this stage. We're probably better off backing up. Now, I love having a sword and shield for a battle like this, right? Because we're being assailed by high-end troops. Basically, when you're being paid attention to, you whip out your shield. He's still got good one-handed skill. He does decent damage. And then when nobody's looking, right? Just like that famous Mark Twain quote, "Thou ought never do anything bad, especially when people are looking." Right? That famous quote. When people are not looking in Bannerlord, get the fuck out of my way, cavalry. That's when you pull out that pole armor. A lot of people are probably wondering why I'm not using the bow. I just think this is higher damage output. Now, they're trying to reform. Fuck them, right? We make our press right here. Let's get cavalry pushed across. Let's not even let them get their fucking bearings here. We've got a bunch of high-end troops still. We need to win this battle decisively. We can't win it with 2/3 of our army being injured. We've got more fights coming after this. There could even be reinforcements in this battle, right? So we want to make a press here, really push the enemy off this bridge. Even though the bridge is a tactical advantage here, it's too juicy to steamroll their forces while they're trying to regroup. If they had a huge amount of archers shooting us, I would say pull back, but they don't, right? And so this is where you make your move. That's basically Mike Tyson going in for the KO here. Now they are trying to set up forces. It looks like some are trying to head towards the other bridge, although there could be a combination of routing and reforming troops here. The AI sometimes will do some of both. Some units are routing, other units are trying to reform. Well, in my mind, I'm swinging those Mike Tyson haymakers here, right? We're going for the knockout, Pinklin Thomas style. He gets hit with an uppercut, right? We're moving in for the kill. They're still fighting, but it really looks like they're routing. Now, those forces are definitively setting up to fight. Those are archers, cavalry. Let's send some cav their way. We're going to split our army here. We can have some of these forces kill and destroy these routing troops or reforming troops or whatever the fuck they're doing. It's very strange behavior. More in there. Make them fight. They've got a mix of different troops trying to reform, too. They got high-end archers in here, Fiend champs and shit. Kill them. Let's get that horse archer division, the archer division for support. 314 infantry over here. They've got a lot of forces left. And here's the other thing, too, right? If they escape this battle, then they may be part of the next battle, right, where we're trying to take out the king, King Cnut. Admittedly, of course, the contemporary years for these guys are not the year 1100 like Bannerlord. You guys obviously have to give me a little leeway here to introduce some characters. I think there's 200 years between Genghis Khan and the Mongol invasion and the Vikings with King Cnut, right? There's a long distance between it, but that doesn't matter. We're playing a video game. These motherfuckers can... Now, we're not going to have General Patton roll up with his tank division and fucking start attacking Genghis Khan, right? But we're going to continue to mix in some historical elements at times when I'm not breathless here. These motherfuckers are setting up defensive lines. Okay, those guys are fighting there. They're charging here with cavalry. What in the fuck is going on here? Charge. Whenever we have moments that are not breathless, we will continue to roll, talk about medieval history, medieval warfare, and Norse history, right? I am not a Norse historian like I am with Napoleon. I could probably give a college-level lecture of the Napoleonic era. I have thousands of hours of audiobooks and reading, and I've just done an insane amount of studying for no particular reason. of that era. I mean, there is a reason, of course. I'm fascinated, and it is basically the birth of the United States of modern liberty, modern conceptual ideas of democracy. But we're going to continue to brush up our Norse knowledge before the DLC. We're going to talk about the DLC, maybe not so much in battles like this. We've got this battle in hand, though. We've got forces everywhere. They're all screaming and yelling, and the death spam is just fizzing green as our enemy gets rolled off the field here. Now, these motherfuckers are forming a defensive line. I mean, you play enough Bannerlord, you recognize it. Those guys are not routing. They're forming a defensive line. I see guys throwing javelins. So I guess these Sturgians, these Norse fight to the death, right? Just like the Japanese, just tenaciously fighting to the last. I can respect it, but we're also going to kill every single one of these guys. You guys want to stay? Like that guy said, you're dead. There's the Baron's mistress, right? One of his mistresses. The Baron might be gone, but his mistresses are still around. Look at these fuckers. They got a lord over there. I don't know if these are reinforcements. If there was a reinforcements message saying that reinforcements joined, I did not see it, right? The reinforcement system is active. We're still getting claps and thunder. It's a pretty epic scene. If 800 or 1,000 more Sturgians roll in here, we're going to have to regain our senses here in a hurry, right? That guy's got 37 javelins in his shield. What the fuck? They got Thean champs still? What in the hell is going on? They got high-end archers here. They've got a huge line of infantry and cavalry. They're sort of half routing, half fighting. They're like that time when you asked that gal that was 2 years older and 5 levels out of your league for a date, and sort of edging your way over to her, very nervous. That's how the Sturgians and Norse acted in this battle. Very hesitant, very unsure. And I think at this stage, right, we could roleplay that King Hal, his reputation is now spreading across Calradia. This guy has a fearsome reputation, almost never loses, usually smashes his opponent, and not a single death, right? How critical is this? All that combat, because we have more battles, right? We even got some kills there, Mr. Apollo. Your character's going to get lethal. And take a look at a few more of the characters here. Try not to make you guys too dizzy with all this scrolling here. And catch our collective breath. How does Henry only have 2 kills? Fucking slacking. If he's not killing people, he's worthless, because he's dumb as a rock. 200 injured. Man, we really are starting to pile up the injured. Half of our army is injured. So every single guy is like carrying 2 litters. You know, these guys are dragging around troops on the battlefield. A bunch of mediocre loot. But victory is sweet. We get a little autosave here. 2.5 million gold to all of this loot. Oh shit, you're not getting out of here. Is this Ragnar?
Stop there.
It is. So some of their forces, including Ragnar Lothbrok, fled the scene. Now, we've seen him in other battles. The guy's almost unkillable. I think he has like 1,200 hit points when you add all the mods together with his 2-handed axe. I'm hoping we can have some mega showdowns here with these monster characters, right? With Wazuban, with Zhao Liang, with Alexander the Great, with some of the other characters that you guys have added us. Oh shit. Have added to this campaign. These guys are coming in hot. These guys look just like that senior after I dated his younger sister. They're coming in angry. It's time to go. Let's get in this castle. Go, baby. We're going to get captured. They might even siege. Oh, but the reinforcements are here. Let's wait a second and see what happens. Hopefully they don't get captured. 21, 22, 20. There's like 3,500, more than 3,500 Sturgians here. Look at these guys are sneaking into the castle. That's kind of cool. They're all coming in the postern door. And I think, let's fight here, right? You guys want some action. These guys might even be able to chase him down. We got your ass. Your ass is trapped. We'll probably get reinforcements here, right? Because these other armies are right around the block. But we'll see, right? The reinforcement system doesn't always act like you suspect it will. Sometimes they enter immediately. Other times they don't. So another deep breath here. I thought this was King Cnut. It's not. So the king has escaped so far, right? So far. Might enter the battle midway through, and we don't get to set up our army, I guess. I'm moving slow motion. Out of the way, fellas. It's put me in the worst possible spot here. If 57 Banner Knights deep. And we are uphill, though, so this is a great position. We're going to have to Fuck. We're gonna have to set up our divisions. 7th Division Horse Archers, 4th, 5th Archers, Skolderbroda. So we're getting reinforcements. Let's see if the enemy does. Let's do 3 divisions of cavalry. 2nd, 3rd, 8th. Better sit up in my chair here at these battles. Just don't know how this is going to go. We don't have very many archers. That's a problem. We have a lot of cavalry. We're probably going to have to fight in melee. Hopefully the mini-map is helping. Guys that want to see more tactics, more of the battlefield overlaid in the upper left corner. I can kind of see it out of my peripheral here. And hopefully not too many people find it a nuisance. They got, oh, I thought those were Jav Cap. Those are horse archers running back and forth. They've got a lot of infantry. Surprise. Let's see what we got going on here. We're uphill. We command the battlefield with this cav and horse archer division. It really is a powerful element. We don't have as many archers as I'd like. That's going to be a detriment. But boy, do we set the tempo for the battle. And it looks like most of their forces are setting up defensively. Downhill, right? Advantage us. These horse archers swinging in again? We're going to trap these boys here. You guys are trapped. Archers are already shooting. That was why it was so critical to have an easy, successful engagement there against Ragnar. We might be able to destroy all of the Norse here. Let's bring this force in behind these horse archers. These guys are trapped. Now, I want to commit to battle quickly here, though, right? I can't just sit back and shoot them at range because reinforcements are likely, right? As they come in, we want to be rolling the enemy. If we're the ones kind of reeling and then they get reinforcements, we can definitely lose this battle bad. All right, you guys just got trapped. The fucking cav division comes in behind them here. Shield wall. Nobody gets to leave. Show me your hall pass, bitches. There's a lord there. Kill him. Just mauled their horse archers. Slapping their lord around. Let's give them one for the road here. Oh, shit. Sometimes you aim for the head and you miss. It's still worth it, though, because your headshots do like fucking double or triple damage. Let's get archers set up here. What a spot we have. And they're in a fucking ring defense. Now, it's a really wide ring defense, right? It's the kind of ring defense that is effective. Although their archers can't really shoot because of the angle they're at. We're going to be able to break it. We're going to be able to set up archers and skirmishers around here. We have 45, 44 horse archers. See what we got going on here. Do a little reconnaissance. That's right, you run, bitches. They have a lot of forces in that ring. Look at this guy. You lost your horse, dude. I know the feeling. We got these boys exactly where we want them. We got to move quick here, though, right? We're going to move up our forces. Ordinarily, I'd be tempted just to shoot arrows in them all day, right? Until they were just full of fucking arrows, then have them surrounded and destroyed. I'm going to move kind of quick here. Potential reinforcements coming in. We want to kill quickly and prevent them, right? We want to deny the Nords the ability to get their forces together here. Absolutely Caesar, right? Divide and conquer. We're going to go for the jugular. Advantage us, and when you have the advantage, seize it, right? Carpe some fucking diem here. Let's move this 2nd division up. We might even dismount a cav division, especially if they reform. Try to get a division behind them. Fuckers. They got a lot of cavalry still, too. They're starting to maul our horse archers. Let's pull some of these guys back. The cavalry charges are a priority, right? I've got a huge 8th division coming back to countercharge them. Look at that fucking steamroller. 80% Banner Knights and high-end Vlandian Knights. And our Knights are starting to do some work, right? They're not great. I'll remind you, of course, we're playing the 1.2. Love to kill that Lord, the javelin to the face. Of course, they just shake their head when you hit them. They're like, nah, didn't hurt. But with 1.3, these Banner Knights are going to be a different story, and unfortunately, this campaign will never see the light of day in 1.3. We're going to keep it in 1.2. The older version of Bannerlord at this stage, the non-beta, and that is because we want all these mods. I know some of these mods work, but most of them don't. So we're going to enjoy these mods here. This is going to be like a little nostalgia here before we go back to the beta. Do some fucking acrobatic fucking horse killing here. And King Hal has just become a complete lethal weapon, right? He's right there with Mel Gibson, Danny Glover. As soon as I said that, of course, it got smashed. But we have their archers reeling right into our 8th Corps, right? They're behind them charging. In fact, let's get them off their horse. Those guys can assail their archers while we destroy their vanguard here. Horse archers to the flank. We can move the rest of our archers too. I see you, dipshit, following me. Yeah, you did 5 damage. We gotta move quick here. Horse archers look good. Let's get the 4th and 5th over here as well. Holy shit, what is that flush of red? That might be their elevated hit points. And some of these enemy forces, look at how high up that guy is. They're fucking camels. With this camel mod, these motherfuckers, you gotta like jump to hit the guys. Die, you bastard! Holy shit, what's going on here is they have all Varangians. It just waxed our infantry. Fuck. Even though we did all that pre-damage, these guys are still just fucking wailing away. Just destroyed our infantry. There's Banner Knights running. I got a Lord chasing me. Now we gotta focus on this shit. They're on our archers and Theans. Fuck. It's getting grisly. Still haven't seen reinforcements. If you guys have seen it, I haven't. Of course, you guys can't tell me. I'm just sort of nervously trying to kill shit. We've got our forces concentrated. Our archers are kiting pretty well here. They should be able to clear. Here comes a bunch of cavalry. Let's counter it with the cav division. We got to bring our archers up, split them into 2 divisions. And it's getting fucking violent. Because it hasn't been violent yet. Oh shit, just got smoked. There goes all my health. Got horse archers. Get this cav division down here. We may have to pull some of our forces back. We're 300 yards from our reinforcements. That's what happens when the enemy plays defensive, right? This is something we talk about on the channel. We'll do the best we can here to reform as we move back. You don't want to just pull everybody back here, though. They have so many cavalry, we'll be destroyed. There's tons of horse jav cav back here harassing our troops. We can get one division to charge, another division set up on the flank, so we'll have kind of the best of both worlds. The death spam is very mixed. Get in there, Henry. I love it. These fucking camels. My narration's falling to pieces here because I'm nervous about these reinforcements. They're a long ways away and they're not even set up yet. 3/5. Let's give that 6th division also. We can give them some forces. We have a lot of forces coming up, right? We've done really well so far in this battle. We just got to keep up the pressure. Keep up the pressure. Set up these lines. We've got to have a continued death wave. The good news is I'm starting to see weaker troops in the enemy. Now, some weaker troops. Let's get these infantry split and send the 8th to our right flank here. They can support our horse archers and archers. They still have fucking Varangians? How's that? Oh shit, the horse almost got killed. God, there's a ton of infantry, but they're low level. We're starting to get through this army, and I haven't seen reinforcements. If they did join, they're not here yet. We're still using the same settings. We've had the same reinforcement settings for quite a while. I can't remember what they are actually at this stage. Maybe I'll check them probably after this battle. We've got this shit. There's no more forces coming from behind. Now we can fucking spear guys in the back. No fucking archers. Unless all of a sudden you hear King Cnut has arrived. Right, we got this shit. Oh shit, we lost our horse in the worst possible spot. These guys are shooting me right in the face. Still got a 1/3 of the health bar though. And we can bob and weave and make you guys all sick. Whip out my shield if I need to, but why when you're killing everything? King Hal's a beast. Let's get these guys advanced as well. The 8th Corps can push up here with horse archers. And the enemy's melted here. We fucking throttled this force. One Fiend champ here for the road. The rest of them get shot to death. And I don't blame the other Sturgian forces for not joining. Our force here is just a juggernaut. We are steamrolling everything in sight. And I know some of you guys have been waiting for this, right? Watching through all the struggles, whether it was the Baron or Rylan or whoever. We've lost so many battles in this campaign. It probably feels really good for those vicariously watching along. As we smash this Sturgian, that horse falling to the ground was like symbolic of their army just crumpling. 1,200. So only a... Oh, shit. We lost a lot of people in this battle, but no companions. Voldrad of the Skolderbro. That was the main Skolderbro dude. That's a problem. He had like 250 troops. So this is actually a setback because you lose these troops. They go to the closest garrison. Now, we'll be able to gather a lot of those troops up, but in the short term, that's a problem, right? Because we're heavily injured. This is 3 or 4 battles now, if you count Legetta, in like a day and a half. So we're starting to really suffer the war of attrition. 1% health, like across the board here. Almost everybody's unconscious. They still have 2 forces, too. I'm tempted to just run into Lanaken, but they're also separate here, right? We've got a few armies that are going to join us. Herobert. I don't know who the fuck Herobert was, but he died. Oh, they're separating. Let's get this guy. King Cnut. Ambush him. Fuck. Of course, we're disorganized. They might still join in reinforcements. It looks like we've got them on the run here. They're like falling back to Pen Cannock. And now they're coming our way. It's a game of cat and mouse. Look at them. They are totally stalking us. We're so banged up, right? I would love to fight tomorrow, right? We'll send a little emissary to these guys. We'll fight you tomorrow, especially because it's dark. I would prefer not to fight in the dark, especially for you guys, right? I can see okay, but you guys probably can't see shit. So with the beta, it's a lot better, right? The new beta 1.3, the lighting is significantly improved, especially for nighttime battles. Well, we're not on the beta. Now, another prudent thing to do would just be to leave the situation altogether, right? Just let them go do something dumb. We might be able to cut them off here. I'm getting to the point where I want to fight. 22. We actually outnumber them. I don't know if that still means we're favored, though, right? This is some of their best units. King Cnut. We don't really have any units that we can use to trap them, right? At this stage, when you're chasing a foe that's faster than you, the best thing is to disassemble your army, just like Napoleon would do, break it into divisions, and try to envelop. What the fuck's that? Gilman. Oh, the Gilman just abandoned the Sturgians. They see you guys losing. You're losing all your fucking followers. They're coming to Tactical Enlightenment, right? They left that other YouTube channel, F1, F3 YouTube channel, unsubscribe, right? And now we've got them divided here. I wonder what the fuck they're doing. I wonder if there's more Sturgians. Wouldn't that be nasty if more Sturgians rolled up like in a big ambush? Of course, that's what a player would do, but you can't count on the AI doing anything that brilliant. More than likely, we're going to be able to trap one or both of these forces here. No, get in there. Attack. Now, we're losing this ability in the beta. These units will all scram in the beta. Instead, we're going to be able to trap. This is the smaller of the forces. Come on, get in here, man. Glaron heavy hand. So they really do have like their best lords are still. See, these are the 1A Norse, right? We've talked about it. There's like three tiers of demigod units in the game. Zuvan, Glaron heavy hand. And this is really unusual. I can't remember the last time I played cat and mouse like this with 2 armies. A long time since I've had such a unique encounter. And I think it's a matter of time here. This is almost like a long tennis volley before we can basically outmaneuver these forces. There was an American Civil War general who was really good at maneuvering and not very good at battle, and he never got any credit, even though he was really good at the pre-battle maneuvering. This is part of strategy and tactics. And this fuck's trapped. King Cnut. King Cnut, not so smart. You're trapped. The other forces may join in reinforcements. They're a long ways away, and I want a little more daylight here, which makes it more likely they're going to come, but we're just going to I think you just fight here, right? We've got them where we want them. Of course, you know, we're taking advantage of the AI. It's a little bit like a trick-or-treater comes to your door and you push them into the puddle, take all their candy, and laugh at them. There's not, you know, we're not bragging too much here, but we have at least isolated the king here, and it's time to put on a beat down. Now, just like the previous battles, we want to do this fast, because if Glaron Heavy Hand enters this battle, we're going to have our hands full. Apologies for this stage here. There's nothing I can do about it. This is because our little armies engaged before we could. Gotten pretty quick at dividing them all, and our units will be pretty close to where you want them to be. If you don't know how that works, that's F3, F5, of course, to do that. And generally speaking, if you have, say, shock troops in your 3rd division, and you make a new 3rd division with that infantry, it'll be shock troops. It does a pretty good job of keeping the units where you wanted them to, which is, you know, that's good coding right there. Props to Tailworlds, especially where it's due. They have gigantic camels again. It's a funny marriage. You have all these heavy hitting Norse on foot, and they have a whole bunch of, what do they have, Gilman or something? I can't remember what they had in the last battle. Maybe those were, I don't know. They had a bunch of camels, and they have more camels here. They have the Jawal this time, right? The big afroed guys that look badass sitting on a 12-foot camel. Let them come right on over, right? They want to charge into our death mall. Come get some. We've got 2 archer divisions and a horse archer division uphill here, just raking them. Now they have a bunch of archers and horse archers attacking our horse archers, so we can get some cavalry over here and make a counter charge. We want this top flank, right? So we're willing to fight for it. Definitely gonna do our best to hold this high hill here. 243 infantry, 109 horse archers. And it's another sprawling epic battlefield. I mean, if you guys came here for epic battle, well, you got it. Just battle after fucking battle. It's battle royale too. Just Armageddon foes on both sides. All your companions are in this shit. It's fucking delicious. There's all kinds of heavy combat down here, and King Cnut has really high medicine skill. In fact, we got to get these archers out of here. It's lots of fiends too. Those guys are going to get wasted. They have no chance against Varangians. This tier 6 that Isaac made for us, Lord of Middle Earth, right? This great mod maker. They are beastly. You do not want to be on the other end of these Varangians. These guys, unfortunately, for a lot of people, especially if you're using this mod, are going to make the Nords look weak. There's no way the Nords are stronger than these units. These units are so potent. They've got their infantry surrounded, but it's the old, you know, try to surround a tiger shark with your best friends. It's not going to go well. You're going to suffer losses. Hopefully it's your best friend, not you. And they are devouring our square. At least we have our archers and horse archers just firing directly into their flank here. It's the old sacrifice, right? We'll let our infantry go if we can fire thousands of flaming arrows into the enemy. We're going to get infantry reinforcements. We can get them coming in here soon. I want to say we had 22 or 2,300 before the beginning of this battle, right? So we have a lot of troops still in the queue. Still going to be entering here. Got a little cav circle here. It seems like it's confusing the enemy. I did that just in case that cav charge kept coming through our fiend champs. It looks like they're going to leave us alone, but their infantry's not. Let's get these guys backed up. Cav circle is devoured by infantry. In fact, let's get that cav circle over here. We'll move it quickly to a defensive line, and they can also be used to clamp off the bridge and charge there if we need to. Get this horse archer division. We got the enemy right where we want them. Archers are spraying them. They're being spritzed, sprayed, burned. Here comes some infantry reinforcements. Beautiful. Get in here, and we need it. Their fucking camel dude is racking up the kills. That's not the first kill I've seen from Hakir of the Jawal. Now, some of their forces, oh, they're attacking that square there. I put a square of cavalry right at the bridge, and it's gathering an enormous amount of attention. You guys are smoked. These guys, this infantry division is finally cooked. Now they're trampled by heavy horse. Guys are going to say, don't use the glaive to swing. It's nice to have the option, right? To be able to swing at one moment and then whip out your shield when you're going to get shot with javelins or arrows or whatever it is. It's nice to have both options, even though it's much better as a swinging glaive. And our character, of course, is spec'd to be a swinging polearm dude, right? He's got oblique muscles and not tricep muscles. He's designed to swing, not poke. We've got a great position here. Look at this void between the enemy and our horse archers and archers there. That is just absolutely picture perfect. The enemy's charging into a little bowl. Our infantry can intercept while the archers shoot over their head. And we need to, because the enemy has a huge amount of archers here. Good archers, too. Shit. Let's get some cav up here. Let's get the infantry line pushed into it. This is a lot of high-end archers. I haven't seen if there's reinforcements, but maybe. They have a lot of fucking troops here. Just hold up that shield and kill, guys. We got tons of archers. Man, they have a lot of archers. Looks like King Cnut must visit the channel, right? He's loading up his army with archers. He's like, to hell with Varangians. Let's get a bunch of archers. Look how beautiful that is. The infantry charges while the archers shoot. The infantry's out of the way of our archers. It's beautiful. And I'm just carving apart the back end of their archers. I think our infantry, once you dismount one wave, they all come in dismounted. So I might have fucked us there. It's all dismounted. Oh, shit. Glaron Heavy Hand joined the battle. Wow. We got our hands full here. Buckle up. Their forces are scurrying again. Let's push in hard here again. Maybe we can blast them off the battlefield before Glaron even gets to the field. Moving quick. Sometimes, too, if you can get the enemy to rout, the reinforcements won't engage. They basically see, imagine real life. If a whole bunch of forces were running the other way and your reinforcements, you might run with them for a little while and be like, why are we running? Is there a good reason to run? You might start going through your logical path and be like, if everybody's running, maybe I should, right? Crowd think is not always bad. Sometimes if everybody's running as fast as they can, you're best off running with them. And I would run if I was facing the army that we have here. We have Fiend Champs, we have Khans Guards, we have Sharpshooters. We're charging in with high-end infantry. We have Banner Knights. Now, we're going to run out of high-end troops, right? We've got our little line of infantry here. Let's just blast these guys right off the field here. We've clearly got the momentum. They've got archers at the back edge here. These guys, we can cut off their retreat, too. We're just war in now, and they can't even retreat. Our infantrymen are excited there. Yeah, yeah! I love all the sounds the guys make. Let's get cavalry right in here, cut off their retreat. Let's get horse archers to this bridge, too. Look at that shit. That looks like their vanguard. There's a whole bunch of... I wonder if the fucking main lords are there. 281, that must be the king. I bet this is... Or it's one of them. Glaron Heavy Hand or something. That's King Cnut right there. Look at that. I've hit him for 500. He doesn't care. 600. He just won't die. I love it. We've made fucking Viking gods for our campaign. He's got a fucking escort of Varangians. Die. Now, he's totally hapless here. He's out of javelins, it looks like, and he's just being cut to ribbons. He has no support. No archer support. No cav support. Now, and King Cnut. And that might be a preview of what's going to happen to the Nords if they don't have support. As much as I make fun of cavalry on the channel, you need it, right? And you never hear me saying don't have cavalry at all, right? For the Optimal Army series, for any of the army series where we do tactics, do we ever have no cavalry, right? Not intentionally, no, right? Never. And we just blasted them off the field, and you know what? Glaron Heavy Hand is not joining here. That's what's going on. There's no enemies left on the field. we forced that Sturgian army to rout before he could enter, killed another Jawal, and so he doesn't join the battle. Now, he might be right next to us, right, where we can chase down him next. We're just systematically, like Dune, we're just going through right outside Pen Cnut here. We're just systematically annihilating the Nord leadership. Hal's going through him here like he's a Harkonnen. This is my Dune. I love the first one, not so much the second one. There's a nice piece of armor, huh? A legendary tier 5 piece. Somebody, one of you lucky companions is going to wear that shit. Here, we'll do an auction. Whoever wants to give me the most amount of Bitcoin gets to wear that armor. Make a little extra money with the channel. And of course, for people who can't gather, I'm kidding. I don't think we're going to be able to... Oh, yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. A horse archer division trapped his ass, and look at how beautiful this is. This will be 4 separate battles. We have basically divided this Sturgian army into 4, and just like a pizza, we divided it into 4.
My orders!
And now it's pouring rain. The weather's changing by the minute. Like a guy going on a diet tomorrow, we've eaten the whole pizza. First, we cut it into 4 pieces and said, well, we'll just eat it at separate times. We ate our pizza at 11:30, 11:45, 12, and 12:15. We ate each quarter here. And unless something unexpected happens here, we're going to be able to destroy and surround the entire Nord leadership in a sequence of battles here. Basically, the Sturgian Norse equivalent of Jena Auerstadt, where the Prussians got mangled by Napoleon, Marshal Ney, Marshal Oudinot, and completely just obliterated. Marshal Davout. Now they're coming in hot. They're not perturbed. Of course, they all have 900 hit points. I hope it's still recording. I don't see the little button. I'll just keep talking. We got lots of cavalry coming across, and there's an infantry line behind it. So our work's not done here, right? This is a powerful army. We've got horse archers on their flank, though. You know, in between these battles, we're getting just enough rest to heal 50, 30, 40, 80 troops. Our companions are, you know, they're pretty low probably. We haven't had any deaths yet, though, right? So let's take that cav division, turn it into an infantry square. We've got the gate plugged pretty well. We've got archers set up on both angles. Horse archers set up. There's a huge mass of troops in the middle, and it's time for our units to shoot things inside that mass, right? We can move these infantry divisions up so they can chuck javelins. We have archers just firing into their packed ranks. There's no room to shoot over here. There's kind of rocks in the way. Otherwise, I would pull a division hard around the corner. And it's a little juddery. Hopefully, it's still recording. I don't know if I'm getting some software effects or what. It's another amazing battlefield. The lightning is cracking every fucking second. Crack! Let's move our square in. If they don't want to attack our square, that's fine. We're happy to send it right up their butt. Get horse archers sent behind the enemy here. We've got them in such a bad spot here. We can now charge with our 1st division behind the enemy while the rest of our forces shoot in front. Horse archers on their right flank. Looks good. They're starting to regroup here. Let's push in hard. Anytime they want to give us space here, just like the Sturgians, right? If they give us space, we'll take it. Shove them onto the bridge. If we can get them onto the bridge, we're going to massacre this force. They have a lot of Varangians, so this is still going to be bloody. There's no way around it. Like, these guys are just so fucking potent. Their cavalry is forlorn here. They're looking for something to do. They're charging uphill. They're jammed in by all our troops here. I got to try to get somebody to block this bridge up, though. They are charging in a lot of cavalry. Closing the vice, but man, is it bloody. They must have a lot of high-end troops. Of course, you know, we mentioned before, they've got extra fucking hit points, tons of perks. Look at this fucking guy. He looks like he's on crack. This is like a god legionary. He's moving faster than I am. What the fuck? Die. He's barely taking any damage. Sometimes they're better off just not fighting him. He's like fucking cracked out. This guy, they gave him some methamphetamines. Now there's two of them. I'm fucking out of here. Fuck. This fucking guy. Kill your friends then. Jesus. It's very bloody in here. I'm not giving up this bridge though, right? We're gonna fight for this bridge. Fight to the death if we have to. We have two archer divisions there. Shit. Move in here, boys. Infantry division there. Oh, we got a bunch of cav, too. Oh, we got the beat down going now. Go, boys. God, the lightning is epic. I still see some good troops. We're sending in some lower level troops now, but there's still plenty of knights, banner knights. This infantry division's almost all tier 5. Get in here, boys. Get violent. Let's push in. I think these little stalls is the AI trying to rout, basically. It's getting shredded. Yeah, horses are fucking dying everywhere. It's carnage. It's cinematic as hell. And it always feels better when you're on the victorious side. Man, is this fucking sweet. You guys have probably been just dying for an episode or a series of battles like this. And this is going to open up our Asurai invasion. Think about what we just did. We just devastated the Asurai. We have like 3/4 of their leadership in prison. And now we just completely obliterated the majority of the Norse forces in one fell swoop. One series of battles. Now we've got a lot of injured, but we'll be able to hit castles on the way down. And I think we go straight into the heart of the Asurai here, right? Unless there's some last second change here, we've got these Norse forces absolutely reeling. They're on the ropes. We're trucking with cavalry just running them over. Oh Lord, die. 41 damage, fuck. Fucker. I don't know if that was Glaron Heavy Hand. He's on this battle somewhere, right? I don't know if he's setting up a line here, but he just killed the guy, so he's definitely alive still. Don't know if they're setting up I don't think so. This is another routing. This fucking battle is over. Fuck yeah. What a series of fucking gnarly battles this episode. Oh shit, brother. Well, the good thing is Joel Hall, our fella here, Marshall Sachs, who runs the Discord, is a great guy, ultra forgiving, and doesn't mind that we keep killing his characters. He died in a great series of battles, right? He finally succumbed after, 5 battles in a row here. It's kind of amazing. That's the only casualty we had in all these battles. We lost some Lake Rats, we lost some Skolderbrada, and Commander Hall, my hat's off to you, man. Thanks again for all the support. Henry, man, you sucked. The companions, you know why the companions did bad this battle? Because they're all at 0% health when this battle started. Right? These guys were limping into the battle. Half of them had sepsis and fucking gaping open wounds and shit. And they're like, you want us to fight again? And King Hal's like, yeah, fuck it. I'm uninjured. You bitches should get in there and fight. I mean, look at our companions. Are battered. And I need a break. Holy shit. That was fucking intense. My eyes are like cross-eyed. It's so hard to maintain your concentration so long. Let's get them. Let's round them all up. Glairon, Heavy Hand. Of course, if you've been watching this campaign, you know he's kind of the arch nemesis of the campaign. And I would love to track him down here just to the cherry on top. But it looks like with such a small army and our forces so ragged, we're going to have to limp to some garrisons here. Now, we still have 1,200 troops. That's incredible to go through those battles and have 1,200 survivors. Our daily gold change. We're getting rich from loot left and right. All our troops are going in and just pillaging the dead. Absolutely no morals and no ethics at all. Taking out the gold teeth and shit like that. And what a series of battles that was. This is just going to be one action-packed, crazy episode. And what a huge strategic win for us and King Hal in this episode, right? Just devastated the Norse. Obviously taking advantage of some not very good AI. Divide and conquer. Yeah, but we made some intelligent choices as well. Used some good tactics. Put to work some of you savage Patreon members. And I appreciate all the support. So, what's next? Well, I don't know how much of the lead up will show of it, but we're heading to Asaryville, right? Get your sunglasses on, some sunscreen, bring a lot of water because we're making an Asarai invasion, just like Napoleon invading Egypt in 1817 something. That's next. So at this point, if you haven't subscribed, I don't know why you wouldn't. Please hit that like button on the way out, friends. And with all that said, I will see you fellas next time.